her way, she can't use half of her spells. Fucking Craig. Who fucking invited you, Craig? Get out of here.
Is it still my turn?
It is technically your turn. I thought, right? Because you were saying you had finished your turn, or
yeah.
Okay, but you're.
I mean, I didn't move, so
No.
maybe I could just try to move, and then.
Oh, okay. If you wanted to try and move, that's fine too. At the end of your turn, you didn't move previously.
Yeah.
So roll that strength. I see down there it's a 13. So you're able to move probably about a third of the distance that you normally would be able to.
Okay. So if 30. These are 5, so 5.
Yep. And a half.
I'm actually gonna do. Can I do this 5, 10?
Yep.
Okay.
Though you will need to roll a saving throw next time because you're no longer against the wall. Now you'd be washed down, is basically because of the force. And then you're saying it's Idril's turn?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, God. So we had determined that dropping rocks on it was not helpful, or was?
It's somewhat helpful, I think, because it's been like slowing the flow of it.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's
the only thing that's been working, right? Because we tried talking to it, and we tried like doing up to it, but dropping rocks seems to be like the only thing.
Yeah, the only things that have slowed it is dropping the rocks on it and me freezing it, but I can only freeze it once.
And also, I believe my spells of like the mental stuff has also worked. I've been doing dissonant whispers, but I don't know how many more of those I have.
I'll use my longbow again to shoot arrows at the ceiling. Sorry, can you say that again?
14. Okay, so it hits no problem on the ceiling.
Yeah.
The damage is 7, I see. So you're able to kind of knock a few pebbles off and just barely dislodge, but it has like it's hanging there of a big stone just above the waterfall, and it doesn't seem to affect it all that much otherwise. As the arrow kind of just right in between two stones. And you recall you are the only one that isn't being like held back by the flow of the waterfall.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have any rope or anything like that, but that could be something that's useful just from an outside perspective here.
You know, Idril doesn't care about that.
Oh, okay.
Idril has the belief of you survive, you die.
Cool.
If you're not strong enough to survive on your own, then Darwin has decided to kill you off.
I played that as one of my weaknesses, but I was the one of my last parties I played at. I was the healer. It left a lot of people sour.
Looks like it's Squall's turn.
Alrighty. I am
currently floating above the water. Also, I guess technically the only other one that's out of the water.
Okay, I am actually going to move back 5 feet. And I want to... How much water is flowing now?
Towards you guys?
Yeah.
The chamber, like we've talked about before too, and you were kind of familiar with before, is about 25 feet off the ground. The water is probably at about 4 feet in height, and you're hovering up in that interstitial space between the water and the ceiling there.
Okay. I think I'm gonna try and hit the ceiling again with Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
See if we can divert or slow the flow of water even more. So let's 13 to hit.
Oh, that's a hit.
Okay, and then 12 for damage.
12. Okay, that shows up a lot better. Did you do the link to your sheet on D&D Beyond now?
I think so. I think Gab helped me with it last
Yeah.
time.
That shows up much better now than it did before, where it was like always green, and then it would have like 2 Eldritch Blasts, with one having the roll for the hit and one having for the roll for the damage. But this one is nice. Anyways, so 12 damage. So you kind of hit almost in around the same spot Idril did, and dislodge in this massive kind of paver from the ceiling, and it just falls and splashes right down into the flow, stemming it even farther.
Excellent.
Shia goes, is that treasure chest back there? Do you think it's too heavy to lift up? Do we remember?
Oh, the chest from before.
Mm-hmm.
It shouldn't be too heavy because it's pretty much empty now, right? Because we took the stuff out of it.
Do you think we could, like, throw it up and you can float it and kind of shove it in that upper area?
I cannot cast levitate until we take a long rest.
What did we figure out what that wand does?
No.
It said it had like a airy wind.
Yeah.
To it.
But I don't know magic, so I don't know like that. I feel like that would be something like one of you guys would have to.
Someone has boots that help them jump. I don't know if that helps.
Yeah, I still have the boots on.
Okay, that'd be perfect.
Yeah, so we could go get it, and I can just jump.
All right. I guess whoever's turn next.
You were finished with your turn, right?
Squall.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I was gonna do.
That'd be me, then.
And that chest was just south of here, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. Now we hear you.
So I'm kind of stuck, right? I'm pretty stuck at Bella. I'm pretty stuck against this wall. I guess I have a sling. I could try to hit like a rock down from the ceiling. Because I tried attacking the waterfall directly, but it just didn't work. So it might be best for me to just pass.
Do you have any rope at all?
I might. I have rope 50.
Because maybe you can, because you kind of are like lodged in like a little bit of a corner. So I'm thinking that you tie the rope around you, you throw it to me, and then I can go back behind this corner and create kind of like a catch for us.
Yeah, I'm all about that.
Cool. Oh,
So
I
you have
don't.
a feet.
What's the what? What's? How does that work, Josh?
What's that? The rope and this action
Yeah.
here?
Yeah. Like, can Shia move?
Right now, no, because it's not your turn. But you could like react if she were to throw the rope towards you, right? So you're
I
both
can
going
grab
to
it.
have to throw you're both going to have to roll dexterity.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to well, I don't know how big my 6. So yeah, I'm gonna tie the rope like to my shield or around my shield and use that to throw that shield.
Okay. That'll give you an advantage a little bit on throwing it. The rope, that is.
What do I need to roll?
You should roll a dex. Wait, let me see specifically. I'm on the waterfall stuff. I don't know why I keep pulling. That's why I gotta pull you up your sheet. I think if you just click on,
Is it dexterity?
just click,
or
yeah, just. Yep, or how Shia did it, a dexterity check, ability check.
Okay.
Yep, that works. So
Ooh.
you expertly kind of know what you're doing, I'd say, and after taking the rope and tying it around the shield, she is like, "Oh yeah," and you toss it to her, and it as she's about to catch it, it slips through her wet hands a little bit on the first hand, but as it hits the water, she kind of fumbles and grabs it like that.
Okay.
I like that shield. Don't lose it. Cool.
And were you gonna try and move away from that spot, or just stay pinned to the wall? I mean,
I mean, if she is gonna be my anchor, I will try to move
okay.
over to where the drill is.
So you're just gonna pull on the rope necessarily towards her, I'm guessing, right? Is what you're trying to do.
So I'm assuming
Well-
once I get past this little like corner crevice thing, I'll just kind of like.
Yeah, you would. The water's flowing that way, right? It's flowing in.
Yeah.
It's away from the waterfall, just period. So if you were to come around that corner, it would wash you that way, technically. But that depends upon your strength roll.
And my thought was having you kind of here. I'm doing a little double click, and I'm gonna go here, and then we create a taunt barrier for us. So if Zeph fails or if Squall fails, we have that there.
Oh, I see. Gotcha.
Okay, so
So
you
maybe I
get
don't
right
wanna
to
move.
you were right here, right? Originally, when you
Mm.
threw the shield over, and so you were able to pull just about to that corner and kind of reach around and just you're pinned right to that corner basically right now as you're trying to fight the current and you're pulling on the rope towards Shia. You know, you're really close to making it around it, but you hadn't made it there yet.
Okay.
And
I'm gonna
then
step
it would be
away
Steph's turn.
from the keyboard real quick.
Okay.
Couple wants to go out. I'll be back.
Okay, so I can move 40 feet, so I'm going to move all the way back to here.
Okay, so you're just gonna go with the flow. You're not fighting it. Okay.
Yeah, well, because I'm trying to get to that chest.
Mm-hmm. I was just gauging. You actually would get a little bit of boost from the strength of the flow here too. So when you're moving with the flow, you would get a little bit of an assistance and be able to move probably another 5 feet than you would normally.
Okay, so I'll go here then. And that'll end my turn.
Fall. the waterfall having been lessened and noticing this, with the rocks falling on it, starts to doesn't have any other really change in its effects or what's going on with it right now, and feeling presumably less threatened because it doesn't lash out like it had done before whenever it was being attacked, right? So there was a point when Zeph had and Squall had attacked, and it kind of it did kind of a wave towards everybody, but being less attacked and being somewhat now kind of stemmed the flow of it, at the source, which is at the top of the wall almost, and this waterfall's coming all the way down. It doesn't really change anything else other than it's actually even seeming to lessen just a little bit more, and there's a little glimmer behind the waterfall. Oops. And then it would be Shia's turn.
Okay. So Shia kind of yells back at Zeph and says like, "Hey, do you think you need help with that chest?"
I don't know. I don't know how.
Josh, could you refresh our memory on the weight of that chest?
You guys didn't attempt
because
to move
it seemed pretty small.
Comparatively, yeah. It's only I can give you the size on that for just like a memory check. There, it's
yeah.
It's about 2x5, so it's still pretty big. What's going on in chat here? Thea's wild shaping.
I didn't mean to send the world's longest paragraph though.
Yeah, so it's 2x5, and it's now basically empty, right? From what it was, because you guys have the note, you have the wand that was in there, the gold bars.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Come with just in case, because I don't know.
Okay. So, I do have an idea for the rope thing, but I'm just wondering, does she kind of notice any notches or stones in the wall that she can tie the rope off to?
If you not really tie, there isn't anything that you could tie it off to necessarily, nothing that substantial, but there are some crevices and cracks that you could probably take the shield and wedge it into, you realize.
Mimi did like the shield. Squall! Do you think you can take the shield?
Yeah, I could probably take the shield.
Okay. She's gonna
You're
hand off the shield to Squall.
Yeah, you're definitely close enough that you can do that.
Okay. And she's going to kind of
But first, before you do that, too, just roll that strength saving throw we were talking about earlier.
Oh yeah.
$19. You were able to hold your ground against the waterfall, and its slowed speed admirably, and you're in the same location.
Okay. So I am walking towards. So you said an additional 5 feet.
Backwards, yeah.
And because I'm not taking an action, I think I can make. Okay, so I hand off the shield and. Alright. Kind of bleed here. And that's my turn.
Okay. Thea, did you want to do anything else in the meantime too? I think it is
Yeah.
Idril's turn currently, but I just wanted to check on you since we kind of went through a whole turn here.
Yeah, whenever, but I'm gonna wild shape into a blink dog so that I can try and track them. Because
Okay.
blink dog has advantage on checks that rely on hearing and smell. So if I can figure out where they went by doing the doggy sniff on the ground.
Is it just an advantage then?
Yeah.
Okay. So you start sniffing around there. Did you roll for a? I'm trying to remember what that would even be, and would be it'd be something to do with wisdom, right? Perception. Probably, yeah, perception. So
Yes.
roll an advantaged perception.
17.
You notice an obvious trail, kind of everybody else that you're working with, and you're recognized to them, so you're familiar with their smells, and it's leading you kind of off into this direction. Did that show up for you?
No, I don't see.
Oh, you moved in the direction I was pointing.
Oh, is it up here?
Let's just stop right there for a sec. So you get right there, and you get to the edge of a pool of liquid that's on the ground, and it just burns your nostrils, just smelling it, right? But you find right next to you, and right next to this pool, an apparent what looks like a woman who's looking at this spoon that she'd picked up off the ground. And you recognize it as the turkey spoon from the previous encounters,
Yeah, I run up and I bite the spoon.
just out of her hand.
I don't know. Is that the spoon that if you put in your mouth, you transport?
Uh-huh.
Then yes.
So you're biting the edge that has the actual spoon, right? I'm guessing too. You just
Yeah.
bite onto that. Okay. So it would be trying to think of what it would be to roll for your attack, 'cause it's kind of an
Will I teleport to them? That's how it works, right?
you'll see.
Okay.
Yeah, we still haven't figured out the exact like the organization of teleportation.
Well, I will maul this woman if it means that I don't have to track you guys.
I don't know who I'm getting feedback from, but I'm definitely getting feedback from somebody. I thought it was me at first.
I'm noticing that as well.
Probably
Frickin' Craig.
might be actually. That's a good point. I wouldn't think so though. No, I think it was.
Did it go away?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just watching yours light up whenever we were
Right.
doing it.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I moved from headphones to a speaker, but it'll be on mute.
Okay. It's okay.
You don't have an unarmed strike ready either. This was something that I was talking about with so Sarah as well, because you were trying to hit. That's who you were doing. You were going to hit Evander, and I was like, "What's your unarmed strike?" Which I'm trying to go to Gunther now too. Do you still have control of Gunther, and you can see go back to him?
I have the blink dog stats. I can bite or I can actually teleport, but I don't think that's really helpful if I don't know where they
you're
are.
going. Yeah, not with the blink dogs kind of teleporting, at least. So I guess you could just roll the bite from Gunther kind of towards her. So at least it gives me an idea of what you're trying to do, right? And
okay, so do you want me to roll to hit?
Yes.
Okay.
That's basically it. So you could be whatever it is, it's technically a D20. I know. Hi, Bella.
I got 6.
Okay. So you you kind of slobber all over her hand and miss the spoon as she's trying to pull it back. But your tongue sort of touches the spoon though too as you're trying to like get it in your mouth, and you just. I haven't come up with a description for this teleport yet, so I've just been calling it teleport. I know, but I do want to come up with a description eventually. But you teleport straight to in this direction, and then it feels like you hit a solid object. And just roll for me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, good. Oh, 19.
Okay, so you slam into it and you feel it obviously, but it doesn't really do you any damage. You get the feeling as if you'd hit a wall, probably at a mid jog, but not like you're running full force. And you're at this crystalline object in between a statue that's kind of reverently posing for this crystal that's floating in the middle of it.
Okay, so all around me
Are familiar faces?
Yes. No, actually, no. Can I just see like the same kind of terrain and then there's a crystal in front of me?
Yes. And there's the statue, the very large statue behind the crystal, as I was describing. It's a winged, horned statue. Kind of looks like what's the devil race again? I'm forgetting that particular race.
Tiefling.
Tiefling, thank you. It's just standing there with its arms around this crystal.
How big is the crystal?
It's about as big as you, with the gap below the ground, right? So it's probably about your head height at the top of the crystal with the gap at the ground. Probably about a foot off the ground.
So if I tried to bite the crystal, would that work, or is it too big for that?
I mean, you can kind of open your mouth. Yeah, you could try to put it in your mouth. I mean, I'm not going to stop you to try to do that.
That's what she said.
No.
It would be trying to think of what that one would even be. That would be kind of like just a little dexterity for me. I know, you're being dexterous with your mouth instead of your hand.
Okay. Yes, we don't need to say it. I got a 20. What, Sarah?
Nothing. Just knowing that Thea is very dexterous with her mouth.
She's also a dog, so it makes sense.
Trying to find you a good. There we are.
Yes, I'm the dog that's all disproportioned.
Yep.
Fuck yes.
So what did you roll for that? Is it the
20?
Oh, it wasn't nat though, right?
No.
Ah, okay. Not that it would matter that much being dexterous with your mouth, but your jaws are around a corner of it because it is faceted, right? It's not completely cylindrical, so you're able to at least get your jaws open and kind of on it. And as soon as your nose touches it, because that's what's leading your mouth, right, before anything else, you get a sense of just fading away and just this sense of almost not existing and being incorporeal. And
You gone fucked up now. Sorry.
Is this not the way to you guys?
No, you're okay.
Okay.
I guess you'll see.
I guess I should have tried to track you guys before I just bit the crystal for no reason.
almost tried to move Gunther in here too because I still look. Where do we go here? There we are. And you kind of gain back a sense of reality and everything as you fade back in to existence, it feels like, in a room that is just massive. It's about 25 feet to the ceiling from where you are standing, and there's this odd, off-glowing red crystal in the center of it, with pillars that are going up. Some are in disrepair and fallen down and decrepit. And the crystal is glowing, but it does have this sense of just being empty, and it doesn't seem to react. But it is
Me too,
also
Crystal. Me too.
Oh my god, stop. Awesome. I'm gonna try and again sniff the ground and identify if anyone I knew was here, in which direction they went.
Go ahead and roll then.
Okay.
Which we said was perception.
So I got a 19.
Okay, so you're sniffing around and you're sniffing around. You caught all of the scents, but it doesn't seem like in the time that has passed, the tracks that are just leading through this room are going back and forth and back and forth. Doesn't seem to have a beginning and end. But it does go to the north and to the south.
In Thea's mind, she's like, yep, that checks out. They just went back and forth. Okay, can I see what's down these tunnels at all, or am I going to have
You can move freely. You can do whatever you want. I was going to say that it's Idril's turn to start the combat back up while you're kind of exploring. Because you can explore along, is what I figured at this point, and then just ask questions as we go.
Sure, go ahead.
So,
Okay, so Thea went off to get the chest.
Zeph and Shia. Yep.
Zeph and Shia. Oh, right, because okay, so Zeph and Shia went to get the. Are there like other rocks from the ceiling or something?
Sorry, you're cutting in and out a little bit. You said, are there any rocks laying around?
What does the waterfall look like right now?
What does the waterfall look like? It's got the couple pieces of the ceiling kind of up around the top of it, where you can see that it seems to have stemmed the flow probably about at a quarter of the strength it was before. So it's not gushing as it was. It's more of a steady stream now coming off the edge. And by the edge, I mean kind of where the ceiling and the wall meet is kind of where this waterfall is coming out of the side and down onto the floor.
I'll just keep shooting arrows.
Did you roll, or did you?
It's not going through.
Oh, okay.
I'm reloading real quick to see if that.
Oh, no worries.
Did you guys see that they're apparently going to have a reboot to Astral at 3 a.m. to 6 a.m.?
Tomorrow. Oh, yeah. It did say Wednesday, which would be at 3 a.m. today, technically.
Well, it said the 13th, so it's tonight, but not like we have to worry about it. But still, it's exciting. I'm hoping that they kind of address some of the issues that we've had.
Well, they've been steadily improving, which is nice, right? Which is one of the things I have to say about the site, at least in that regards. Because there's like the crystal in that room that you guys were in the beginning. That was a new feature that I'm playing with a lot more. That was kind of just the first instances you'll see, but I can add light sources to stuff, which is cool. And the drag and drop creatures for me is just fantastic. From a DM standpoint, it's just trying to create all the creatures all the time. Just, you look at a bush that I wasn't expecting you to look in and be like, ah, crap, I don't know. What do you find? You got a nat 20, there's nothing there. Oh, you got a 1, ah, crap. I got to come up with this creature and throw it together. And you ran into a wild boar snorting around. Like, I can just do that, kind of.
Yeah, that is nice. Very nice. Especially for our curious minds.
Yeah.
Roll
That definitely hit the ceiling there, Idril. And where the previous arrow struck, and kind of just using your expertise as a longbowsman, you aimed kind of where the previous stone had hit. You kind of wedged it right under the first one, and knocked it loose again, and it's hanging precariously with your arrow just propped in between the where it would be attached to the ceiling end. And it just lodged it again. Were you going to move any, or?
No.
Okay. Then it would be, I think, Mime's. I'm trying to remember. Going back over to that particular screen now. Swall.
Yep. Alrighty. Let's see here. Alright, 5, 10, 15. Alright, I'm gonna move 15 feet to be right here. And
You're carrying the shield, by the way, with the rope, if you recall.
yeah, I know I have the shield, so I'm gonna Eldritch Blast, but I want to Eldritch Blast the water. See
The water. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, so it's 25 feet up in the air. Are you blasting where the water's coming from, or like the middle of the waterfall?
Middle of the waterfall.
Okay.
So let me clear this. $25 to hit. Ooh.
That'll hit.
And then did that send? Did the attack send that time?
Yeah, you got a 10 down here.
All right, cool. I clicked. Normally, when I hover over it, there's like you can click on the thing, but then there's the plug-in, and I didn't click it, so I didn't know if that sent. So, but I'm glad that it sent.
No, it definitely sent. And I'm really liking the way this is working out with it linked like that. It's looking like it's turning up a lot better. So you could describe your attack, but not what it's going to do. I know that normally the Eldritch Blast comes from your mouth, right? So you can squall off into that waterfall. Kind of, fuck you, waterfall.
I'm like, oh! Fucking blast out of the water.
Yeah, and your beam of energy just straight from your beak, straight to the center of the waterfall, and it parts the waterfall. And right behind where you've seen the blast, just as it hits, you see a larger glimmer of something very familiar, and it bounces off and hits to either side of the waterfall.
Oh. Okay. I'm gonna just shout in the Venom's vicinity so everyone can hear me. He's like, "Did you guys see that? There's something behind the water."
Does she hear that? Because I guess he's right roughly there.
Roll perception. You're far enough away that it would, because you're kind of down the tunnel a little bit away.
Yeah.
Probably 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, about 50 feet away, so. But you're around a corner. You hear, I don't know if Zeph's doing the same thing or not, but I can describe what you hear, Shia, is just this echo down this chambered walls down to you, and you hear, behind!
Okay.
And you'd obviously heard the blast that had come off from Squall as it ricocheted, but you didn't know. 3.
I don't hear nothing.
Yours is even worse, Steph. You just hear just this echo, like as it came down the wall there, basically.
Oh, nee. That will end my turn.
Now it's Mime.
Woo. Okay, so I feel like a lot of stuff just happened. So the waterfall is still, it's still on its bullshit, right? So I'm still stuck here. Wait a second.
Yeah, I don't think it lessened up anymore.
It was at a. It is from its original. Anyways, it was at full blast. Now it's at probably about half. And is. It is more. It was more of a gush before, and now it's a. Now it's more of just a steady stream, like a steady flow, I guess you could say.
So
but it's still
no longer pinned to the wall.
You're still fairly pinned against the wall with the force of it, but it isn't. It isn't like before where it was spraying up into your face.
Good. So I don't see Shia there. A shield or.
I didn't hear what you said. Sorry.
Sorry. So Shia's not there anymore. So I'm assuming my shield and my rope are.
Squall has it.
So I'm gonna try to pull myself towards Squall, so I can get out of being stuck here.
Okay, so Squall, you're going to roll strength saving or strength check, and so are you, Mime.
Okay.
Mine's at my strength's a -4, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that checks out.
I guess I should yell to Squall and be like, "Hey, yo, Squall! Like, let's get me the fuck out of here."
Sounds like a plan.
So you're able to pull yourself just this much more through the water, and Squall is able to pull you were at the point where your head was just sticking above the water, but as you're pulling yourself up, and Squall is actually out of the water, so he isn't pulling you towards him only, he's pulling you up and out of the water at this point, and you're at about just below your waist now in the water, but dangling almost in the air, kind of slow, a little bit off to the right of Squall, but still in the like off the actual physical ground. You're kind of just, your legs are dangling in the air, and
so wouldn't I like go with the flow of the water? Wait, I'm in the
yeah,
air.
you're being pushed in this direction, but you guys are both holding on to the ends of the rope, right? So you can't go farther than wherever you were on the rope, unless you let go, which is something you can do.
Well, so I'm like tied to the rope. I tied the rope around me, so I'm gonna go over to Squall and be like, "Hey, yo, Squall, let go of my. You can let go now."
Gotcha, Captain. And then
I'll just kind of slowly tumble or swim to the best of my ability to ride out the wave back this way, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Roll 2 because you were up in the air and you kind of landed back in the water, and that just a dexterity saving throw for me there too. 7. Okay, so you land a little stumbly back onto your feet, but luckily with the flow of the water being less, especially back this way as it's pushing you, and you're kind of just, you tripped as you landed and landed back first in the water, but it kept you like head up, and you were kind of floating on your back backwards into this space where the water kind of just pushes you to right about there, where your head kind of touches the ground and the water's just kind of seeping into the stone right around there. If I need to be more descriptive, tell me, because I know that I can be vague.
No, that I feel like was very descriptive.
Okay.
I'm gonna be just happy to not be stuck into a wall anymore.
And I'm assuming you're rolling up your rope too.
Yeah, I'm putting it away.
Yep. So it's Zeph's turn.
Okay. I'm just gonna keep moving down towards the chest.
Hear the train a coming, come around the bend.
Thea, are
I
you still?
ain't seen sunshine since
Are you still?
I don't know when.
Bard stuff.
Chia is singing while she is marching through this water.
It comforts her.
You should roll performance.
Oh, Jesus.
I know it's not your turn, but when it is,
I'm sorry. I've been walking around my apartment listening.
no, when it is your turn. That's what I meant. It's not your turn yet.
Okay.
So I was just saying, since you're, because then you
Maybe
could.
you'll soothe the waterfall.
All right.
Ooh.
That's gonna end my turn.
Okay. Then it's up to the water elemental. With everybody sort of seeming to leave it alone and kind of backing off, the waterfall, this is just your own perception, your guys' own perception. It seems to have calmed down. It's still flowing out of itself, and it's still pushing water up to probably about where Mime is, and probably about here is where the water is stopped. Down here, so probably about 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 is where the waterfall is stopped, and it's kind of just seeping back into the stones there. And it is Shia's turn.
Alright. So she's doing a performance. Stacking for some presents till my time rolls on. Apparently, she's a terrible singer.
Somehow.
Got it.
You got to really improve that score next time. Yes. You do have a +3, so that shouldn't help. But I would say that it doesn't seem to soothe the waterfall, but it does seem to calm your companions to hear you still safe around the corner, even if it's faintly singing.
Can Thea hear it?
Thea can hear it, but even less faintly. But you do recognize it, none of the words, but that it is Shia's voice.
Yes. Okay. Okay, then Thea's gonna approach and she's gonna blink 40 feet. And where are they? Let's blink to Mime.
And then roll your initiative.
Ooh, okay.
Shia, it is still your turn, or are you done there?
Oh, question. Because the water has stopped, can she technically run this turn if she's only just trying to get the treasure chest?
Yeah. I mean,
so then that doubles her speed.
Yes.
Okay. So she's at the chest now. Which Zeph, if you also
technically would be probably at the chest right now, I think, as well.
Okay.
So then, Zeph, if you're going to be at the chest, we're going to go try and lift it.
Okay.
All right. So strength. Come on, baby. Come on! I am the worst fucking roller.
Dude,
I swear. I swear.
it's not just you. If you just scroll back through the chat tonight, there's been a solid under 10 for the last few turns. Of people,
Astral's out to get us.
apparently.
That's insane. Okay.
And are you going to try and, I guess, would you have lent your assistance too if you had gotten to the chest of around just a little bit before Zeph there?
Yeah.
Okay. So also roll your strength.
I did. I got a 14.
Oh, I see it there. Sorry. So you guys, as soon as you grasp it, know that it is a solid chest, right? But being that it is empty, it's probably only about as much as one of you would be on your own, about 150 pounds, because it is made of solid wood, solid hardwood, and a steel kind of bound chest is what you can tell from looking at it. And you're able to lift it up off the ground. I'm assuming carrying it from both sides, and but you can tell too that you would not be able to carry this by yourselves.
Okay. Shia looks over and Zeph says, "Good thing I came along."
Yeah, definitely.
All right. That's, I guess, our turn.
Yeah, how is carrying this gonna work? Because like if I move and then Shia moves.
Oh, let me see here, Zeph and Shia. So I can just move you, or you guys can basically move at the same time. As
I
what
was
it is.
gonna say, would it be easier if we just take our turn at the same time since it's like
That's what
my
it
turn
looks
and then her turn?
Yes,
Anyways?
exactly.
Okay.
Yep. Good roll.
Okay. So something shiny behind the waterfall, right?
Shiny and familiar.
And the water is just flowing like straight towards us, or is it like going out to the edges too, like out here?
It is. So it's kind of hitting the stone right under it, and before it seemed before it was provoked to go just to the stone and kind of seep into it. Now it is gushing over the stone about where you marked down here, and right about here. And I know you're sort of in it, but it's only probably about your mid calf right now.
Is it going to the north as well?
Exactly.
Okay. So I'm gonna try to like scoot around the edges.
Right there, you're at. You would have to roll a strength saving throw because it is at about your waist.
Okay.
Whew.
14. Okay, you're able to, push your way through, and it wasn't able to sweep you off your feet or anything like that. But it does limit your ability probably in your movement speed by. Yeah, you can make it to there, if that's because that's what your question was originally, right?
Can I make it to? Or not really?
What's your total movement again? Sorry. 30.
30. Be like 25.
Yeah, you'd be able to make it there.
Okay. And then I'm gonna try to like look behind the waterfall. Just-
Perception.
Would that be perception or investigation?
It'd be perception because you're trying to look through it and perceive something. You're not investigating it. You're too far away to do that. Investigation is kind of close up. You're looking at something and like really in there. Either way, you would have been good. You got a +4. So you notice this purplish hue that seems familiar, and it's kind of shaped like a crystal you've seen before.
Okay, so I go back to the group. Hey guys, I think there's another crystal behind this waterfall. I'm gonna end my turn.
Squall.
Hang on, my screen is black right now.
Oh, okay. Might have to refresh.
Yeah, 1 second. All right, it's back.
Okay.
So if the water's like kind of receding, like since we're not doing anything, then I might just stay where I'm at and not attack.
Yeah, you can skip your turn. That's actually something you can do.
Well, is that like am I perceiving that correctly though? Like not taking hostile actions actually is making the water recede?
That was a perception that everyone had kind of noticed. That is, having been left alone a little bit, it is lessened in its flow. It doesn't seem as aggravated. Basically, is the general idea that you're getting from having attacked it before and not attacking it now.
Okay, then I actually 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I don't know. Hang on. No, I got 50 feet since I'm flying. Okay, so I'm gonna move kind of over here.
Yep.
And I just want to reach, like, I don't want to do this. I want to reach out, but like in a calmly peaceful manner, put my talons on the water that's flowing.
You mean into it, right?
Yeah. I'll do it that way. If I like sticking my talons into the water seems hostile to me, but like
I know what you mean.
wrong.
I know what you're saying, but I was just asking for a double clarity on the matter, so that I'm not, so that you're not just like, as opposed to actually touching the water, your like hands close enough to not be touching it. That's what I was just being clear that it's going into the water is all. Gotcha. So roll a kind of a strength check, actually, so that you're fighting the flow of the water as your talons are going into it, right?
Yeah. Okay. Oof. It's a
So
4.
your talons go into it, no problem. But as soon as your hand comes in a little bit farther, you're fighting and struggling, and it goes up. Your hand goes up to about the mid forearm, a little bit less, maybe even, and it just the strength of the waterfall is too much from where you're even at, and it brushes it aside. But from where you're at, you can plainly see that there is the outline of the previous crystal's shape that you'd seen when you were at the tree, the burning tree.
All right. Then I'm going to shout out, because I'm assuming where I'm at right now, it's probably the rushing of the water is probably very loud where I'm at.
Yeah.
So I'm going to yell that I can see what looks like the outlining of a crystal behind the water to the group. And then After that, I will end my turn.
And it is Mime.
Woo woo. So at this point, so I know people are trying to grab a chest and bring it. I know Squall's trying to get the crystal. But so is there anything to do in the meantime? I know I just kind of have to wait to bring a chest back or for Squall to actually get the crystal.
Think about the resources and the people you have at hand, Captain, and tell them what to do.
I just blinked right next to you,
Yeah,
randomly.
I see
You don't
there's
even know
someone-
it's me. Maybe.
I was gonna say it looks like a dog, but you know I've seen Thea do Stranger Things before, so.
An oddly
Um,
shaped dog.
I don't
A
wanna
familiar
hurt
dog.
Squall. Okay. So I don't want to try to like knock more rocks into the waterfall because I don't want to accidentally hurt Squall. I want to try this thing. So since I don't really have much else to do, I want to try this first level spell that I have. It might not do much, but I can destroy up to 10 gallons of water in an open container within range. So I'm going to
Wow.
try to do that to the waterfall, I guess.
Pick your spot for that too. I don't know where you're aiming.
So I guess I'm going to try to destroy it as close as I can to where Squall is to make his life easier.
Okay,
You
so
should. We should do You should do it right at the top, and then Squall goes in and grabs it.
Yeah, so he can do a react as at liberty.
I'm down for that.
trying to think of how that plays out too.
Well, I would definitely say that. I'm sure Mime just uses her words and kind of expresses to like, I'm gonna try this. Get ready and grab it.
The mind uses her words.
It says instantaneous duration, but I'm going to handle it a little bit different because of what it is too. It's a transmutation. It's not, and I hate to add lore into things that maybe some people don't understand, but is like Full Metal Alchemist. To transmutate something, you have to do a whole process. It's not just like boom, it's done. Except for certain people who have special powers in that particular area. So it takes a little bit of time. It's not instantaneous.
I have special powers.
And I was going to say what it could be is you're just sort of delaying it, but you're saying, Squall, when it's your turn, this is going to happen. And you're and it, as you're kind of chanting under your breath almost, and kind of, making some gestures or something, that it is happening while you're waiting for Squall to take his turn. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got one confirmation. I don't know. I thought I was glitched out, but maybe it's Olive. Everybody else still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yep.
Okay, good. So did that sound good to you, Liv?
Oh, damn it. You didn't hear anything I just said. Yeah.
Nothing.
That's basically, yeah. I was going to say, so yeah, I will end my turn and I will sit down preparing. And then when Squall's turn starts, that's when I'll shout.
Okay.
Or I'll shout to him now. I'll destroy these 10 gallons. Crystal.
Got it.
Sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
And it is Zeph's turn.
Okay. I guess me and Shia are just gonna take the chest back.
Yeah,
Right?
you and she. I forgot.
So are
Okay.
we able to run with the chest?
No, you're both
Okay.
sort of encumbered with it. You know, it's
Okay.
you're awkwardly holding this thing. It'd be like trying to run with a sofa.
Okay.
You've never seen me run with a sofa. I am sheer gargant. I've battled many men in my day. Okay, yeah. So we both run.
Don't make me turn the trunk into a mimic. I'm just kidding.
Hey.
Just kidding. I would move it with you guys too, but it'll just make more sense, I think, to move it wherever you're eventually going to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think that's it.
And it's Idril's turn.
So I'm not gonna do anything because I want to wait and see what happens with Mime's and Squall's turn.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna hold off and be there for support.
You are still in about waist high water though, so roll a strength save.
So okay, I'll move back. I'll still roll, but I'm gonna move.
Oh, okay. If you're moving backwards too, you get an advantage in your movement, unless you wanted to just move to right where the water's not, basically.
I just want to move to the edge of the water.
That's right there, and you have okay, because you weren't trying to move your most like the other guys. They were trying to move. Yeah, it didn't. You were able to move easily backwards through the water and kind of turn around.
Okay.
Facing and watching what's going on. And it is Squall's turn. So as Squall's turn ends, you finish your chanting Mime, and about a third, a space about the size of him, right in front of him, just evaporates, basically, just of water. But water is still about to be gushing right in behind that. So you have seconds to see that it is exactly the crystal as before, Squall. And you're going to reach in, and you're going to roll for me. I'm trying to get into your sheet. There you go. The sleight of hand.
Alrighty. $19.
Voice.
Oh yeah.
So just as the water's coming down over the edge, you wrap your arms around this giant crystal, but remembering that it is completely in almost wafer weight. It's very thin, not thin, rather very light. That's the word I was trying to look for. And you're able to pick it up and kind of dodge out of the way of the water.
All right.
And pull out over to there with the crystal.
Heck yeah. All right.
So this crystal is the exact same as which other crystal? Haven't we met a couple of crystals?
I don't know if it's just me, but you're a little hard to hear there at the end.
Sorry. So I feel like we've seen more than one crystal. So you said this crystal is the same as the others, but which crystal are you referencing?
The as soon as Squall pulls it out, Squall was able to recognize this too, and I had said then it's the same one from the tree that had burnt up and left behind.
Does that mean the tree was an elemental?
Maybe.
Is this like the soul of elementals?
What did that crystal do? The one by the tree?
And you guys have free movement now. The water didn't seem to react at this, and is not at all aggravated by that particular action, and it is no longer, like I said, seeming to attack or move aggressively. It is now calm.
All right.
So even you, Zeph and Chia can be moving. Everybody has complete free movement now.
Yeah.
And I'm free. Free walking.
I'm gonna blink onto Zeph and Shia.
I like how you just like go wherever you want. All right, so wait.
Has it been
is
an
this the
hour
crystal?
too? I think isn't it only like an hour?
I
or something?
have 2 hours now.
Oh, very nice.
Yep.
It's not been quite 2 hours.
What is this? Is this the crystal?
Right there, yes.
Do we need to like pick it up? Do I need to go pick
Squall's carrying it around currently, as to what I understand, unless you dropped it
Okay.
as soon as you
it up?
got
I was
out of the
making
water.
sure because
I got it.
But I can't.
Okay.
I just wanted to pull it out from under the waterfall so everybody could see it and know it. You know.
So did they leave the chest or is it?
There's carrying. They've been carrying the chest up to you, as far as I know. Are you guys presumably carrying the chest all the way up there?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just happened.
Yeah,
to
I
see it there.
guess we round the corner and kind of see what's going on. Oh, and by the way, when Thea blinks near us, actually, Shia might drop the chest laughing. Every time she sees Thea as that shrunken blink dog, Thea breaks into uncontrollable laughter.
Thea's also like drooling and looks so dumb and goofy.
I'm waiting for somebody to give her chin scratches, but that's me.
Yeah.
No one's up for it.
Me and
I'd
Jason
say-
are all day long.
I'm gonna guess like when we get up here and see that they've got like their crystal, I'm just gonna set the chest down. I don't know as if we really need it at this point, do we?
No.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Idril, but would you tell them what's going on? You're the first one that they see, I guess, other than Mime, who's running back around the corner now, too. I mean, you guys technically have caught.
Can I blink behind the waterfall? Just to check it out and see if there's anything back there. Anything else?
I mean, you can, but
Am I gonna get?
you're right under it, basically, where the arc would be, right? Where there is just a lot of spray of water, but no fall. If that makes
Okay.
sense. And if that's where you're aiming for, at least, I'm hoping.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wherever I won't get smushed.
Okay, so you get back there and you notice some stalactites, or rather mites, forming on the ground, and that's what all you notice, really, besides the water gushing off and a spray of mist coming down. Unless you want to roll perception or investigation on anything.
Sure. I mean, I'm just looking to make sure that the only thing back there was a crystal. If
Okay,
I don't
so-
see anything else, then I'll blink back out.
General perception, yes, you don't see anything.
Okay.
Passive perception, that's the technical term.
Cool.
All right, we got the crystal. That took a lot of work. I guess let's go back and charge up that other crystal and get up onto the third floor. Oh, Thea, just a little up-a-date. We are currently trying to get to the top floor. Where we will reach the crystal tower goddess that has all the information that we needed to know. So we need to kind of keep climbing.
Okay, Thea's gonna stop being a blink dog and be a human again.
Okay. I was gonna say you can do that at any time
Yeah.
at will, I remember. But I was waiting at least in hour level, but otherwise.
Yeah, it helps me get here, but yeah. When Thea turns into a human and be like, hey guys. Sup? No.
Whoa!
It's me!
Wicked!
It was me. This whole time, could you tell that it was me?
Shia just kind of giggles and she's like, no way. Still laughing, thinking about that stubbled blink dog.
Shia, can you remind me what we're searching for here? What are we looking for information on?
We are looking for knowledge on the darkness that has been taking over our lands back in my town, Gargantium. Basically, me and oh my god, I haven't looked at his name in such a long time. Me and my fellow alchemist teacher, we kept getting people with an unknown illness, and I'm looking for information on how to help these people. And I was told of this place.
Okay. Where's Evander?
He actually ran into, it's the craziest fucking story. He ran into, apparently he wasn't telling us the whole time that he was like bonded to some sea witch, and we ran into them, had to fight them, and he is currently separated from us on his own journey with the sea witch.
That's hot.
Or cat.
Okay.
AKA he is in college.
I know.
currently-
I know
Okay.
Mike is, and I read the synopsis, and that's awesome. I wish I was there for that. It sounds really cool.
You missed
Yeah.
Chia backhanding him too. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, I'm sorry I missed that.
Oh, yeah, that's right, that asshole. By the way, he's not a fucking pirate. Don't let him ever tell you that. Liar.
So what did he tell the truth about? Is Evander even really his name?
It's a good question. Maybe.
Okay, let's get this crystal where it needs to go.
All right. So our knowledge is to get this crystal back to the other crystal to give it energy so that we can go to the third floor. And also don't go that way, and she points behind us because there are death traps.
What? There weren't death traps before. What did you do?
No, there's a spiky guys. The spiky hole. That we all had to jump over, right?
Which one of you fell in?
Successfully, no one. Thankfully.
Actually, it was Idril.
Oh, but didn't she like climb out?
Yeah, and dodged the spikes on the way down. He did.
Impressive.
Yeah, he dodged the spikes and then I used levitate to float him back up.
Yep.
Okay. Impressive.
On my screen, it only looks like she is the one that's moved. I don't know if that's just me or
Oh, maybe.
I can see him moving now.
I guess I follow her because I don't know where I'm going.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to the original.
Oh, first, Shia, or wait, who's the most hurt? Are you all okay?
I am hurt. Actually, that is a great discussion. Your girl needs a nap because I'm almost completely out of my spells, and I don't have fire breath, and not doing well health wise.
You look rough. You don't look great.
Thanks.
If we're gonna rest, then that's fine. Or I could heal whoever needs it.
Yeah, a nap would be nice.
It's so weird to be. It's like only 8:38. It's like, okay, like let's take a long rest. Good night, guys. And I was like, oh wait, no, it's only 8:30.
So, presuming you're setting up kind of around the crystal as you are spreading out your bedrolls and getting ready. Maybe eating some rations, perhaps. Maybe even the healthy mushrooms, preferably stewing those up. I'm not 100% sure. That was the name I came up for them with, those healthy shrooms. I think. So you're just kind of settling down for. I think isn't the long rest like 8 hours too?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thea feels great. She'll watch. She'll keep watch.
And you have to roll something for that generally, but I think I've been keeping you guys all the way for like the normal ones. Cheats maybe?
Though technically, oh wait, I can do a song of rest. Soothing music. Wait, let me send it. It helps revitalize wounded allies during a short rest. Regain hit points at the end of the short rest by spending 1 or more hit dice. But they okay, no, it's not as cool as I thought. No, let's long rest. We're tired.
It looks like it's for other people other than yourself that you're playing it for, because it says it looks like you spend 1 hit dice. I think that's what I was reading. Anyways, I could be. I only seen it for a half second there.
It sounds like Bree started making dinner.
Am I not on mute?
Nope.
No.
Classic.
I was getting sherbet.
Oh, that sounds so good. Okay.
Oops, I sent it too. I was trying to send it myself. Send to GM. Jesus. So you guys are resting and setting up and kind of eating and healed up. I'm trying to look up to the resting. Long rest, 2 hours, 1 hour, for example. At least one. Regains all lost hit points. Okay, so everybody regains all hit points. I was making sure that I was playing that right previously too. It's the short rest that I was thinking of. Okay. So yeah, you guys I know she has already done it, but I was just checking because I think Mime and Zeph still would be healed from what they are right now, it looks like, to full health. And Squall, you have the giant crystal.
Yeah, what is going to be our game plan with the crystal?
The crystal. My best guess is just to touch it to the other one. And hope it regains powers.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I'm down for that.
Combat has ended. Woo!
Yeah, sorry. Actually, a while ago there.
Thea's gonna approach Idril quietly and just like whisper to Idril. Did we ever find out why Squall was being contracted by I think Cassidy thinks, the gargoyles?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
That's the last thing that I have written in my notes from like 3 weeks ago, is that there was a note about Squall that we found, remember?
Oh yeah, because the gargoyles were coming after our boat because Squall was on it.
Yeah, did we discuss that? I've been asleep for 3 weeks, so I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's been forgotten about.
Should we trust Squall?
I
Of
feel
course
like
you should. I am a bird person.
Wait, you're not there. Squall, you're not there.
Oh.
I thought that
You
we
could roll
did
perception.
address it.
Because they're right there. They're fucking talking about it right there.
No, I'm whispering, and I'm like 30 feet away from him.
Still perception.
Okay, go ahead.
Alrighty.
Wait a second. I did you perception and they were yelling 30 feet away.
No, they were 50 feet away.
Sure. I tried.
20, a dirty 20.
Okay. So you still heard your name being mentioned, obviously, and you know that it's about a note.
I'm gonna like twitch my head and go, squirrel. Just fly over.
Oh shit.
Wait, you're coming over here?
Yep. I was like, what you guys need? I heard my name.
Oh, I was
Say
just...
my name, say my name.
Shut up, Tia.
About you.
You're making this worse. I was just talking about what a good idea and how well you worked with the crystal today. That's all.
Yeah, I'm pretty awesome. So,
Yeah, that was some nice wing work.
indeed. It's gonna fly around. And be like,
One-
yeah.
One could say he winged it. Oh.
Well,
Thea
I mean-
leaves.
I don't like puns. I'm just gonna back up. Like that's meh.
So did you? So what did happen with the crystal? I wasn't real clear. You guys were talking about it. Did you actually touch it? Because you have the crystal, Squall. You
I
touched
think
it.
we were talking about it. Do
Okay,
we want to
and
do
what-
that?
I mean, until we got our long rest. Are we awake now?
Yeah, you've gone through the
Okay.
long rest. You guys are awake. Unless you
Yeah.
want some more time resting, quote unquote.
So wait. Do I have to do perception to hear what they said as well?
I didn't know where you were. I thought you were right next to him. I was looking somewhere else.
I'm across. I'm actually next to Squall, so I'm gonna do perception to see if I
Okay.
hear.
That's fine, but just for the record, I was purposefully being quiet. So like, so maybe you can perceive me, but damn it! But I was trying to not be perceived.
Oh my god.
So,
Yeah, now with a perception roll like that, sis.
Okay.
heard it crystal clear, but you heard that it was what was the intent of what was going on, and that you know that she was kind of trying to keep it a little to herself and Idril.
I mean, so okay. So Shia is curious. Okay, so she's gonna go. It's because the crystal's kind of next to Squall, right?
And in front of you, I'm looking at
Okay.
your screen.
Well, I mean, like the purple, the giant purple crystal, the crystal that's Squall.
So he's I'm assuming too because it's Squall, right? He's hovering a bit above the ground, probably about 5 feet above the ground or so.
Mm-hmm.
I just
Indubitably.
realized that there's like an image of a bird. How can I draw in the background of this? I can't draw anymore. I don't know why. It's like if you zoom out, you can kind of see like the end of the tail feathers.
Yeah, like right here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Oh, anyways.
DM
So
had
she is gonna.
I don't
she-
think that was intentional.
Yeah, no, it just make yeah. It was kind of a last minute catch. So Shia goes and looks at the stone and goes, ah, shoot. Hey, Squall. I forgot to grab the frog's eyes. I need those for a potion. Can you go fly? And she's kind of like investigating. Can you go fly and grab those real quick? And then
Sure.
I can. Oh, I can. Let me. Should I roll deception
Or persuasion.
or?
You should roll. I mean, if whether or not seems like Squall was going to accept it, so it wouldn't be a persuasion. So it would be more of a deception, right? Because you're. I mean, I guess yeah.
Fuck.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Just roll the other one for shits.
All right. Let me see.
Are you deceiving the bird god man?
Well, I mean,
I said out of character.
so
Yeah,
I guess Josh can describe how
That is-
you can perceive, and that's up to you to make the
Yeah.
reaction.
Correct. And what you perceive, Squall, is a thinly veiled excuse for you to leave, basically.
Okay, I'm going to act like my feelings are hurt and just fly away slowly. And just like, squaw.
Okay. So once he's out of earshot, Shia kind of moves closer to the group and goes, hey, I heard what you said, Thea, and honestly, that's a great question. I think we were kind of taken up. We did not address it. Like, does anyone remember?
Well,
Did we talk?
I was being really quiet, so no one else probably knows what you're talking about, Shia.
Oh, you're absolutely right. Guys, last time when we got attacked by gargoyles, it was brought up about the contract with the gargoyles. Does anybody remember Squall's contract with the gargoyles?
Do we have it with us?
I don't. Can we ask him? Would it be that bad?
No, I don't think so. I didn't want to make this a big thing, but now it's a big thing, so maybe we should ask him.
May puts their finger on their nose, indicating they will not be the person to bring it up.
Knows.
Shia just raises her hand and be like, don't worry, I got it. knowing
So-
that she's the boisterous one of the group.
You should probably break it to him with a song.
Squall, as soon as you go to reach for the corpse of the frog and gouge out its eyes, I'm assuming with your claws,
Oh yeah, that's what they're for.
and you do both of them simultaneously, I'm going to say, and you're able to remove them completely from their sockets, no problem. But then the frog's corpse is just going to completely disappear, and
We can go up the stairs.
metagaming, my dear, metagaming. You get a small there's a small gem like crystal emerald you presume because it is greenish in hue and it's teardropped in shape. Just the frog basically pops out of existence and a crystal appears.
Why are there fucking crystals everywhere?
It's
What
the
is
fucking
this?
crystal
Palace.
Are the walls crystal? Can I just like get a giant pickaxe and just like mine the walls for crystal?
I mean, if you want to, you can figure
The
something
floor's
out.
crystal? Am I a crystal? What's going on here?
Let's pull her
You're
eyes
a
out.
crystal.
This is fucking Charlie and the Chocolate Factory of Crystal. Jesus.
Yeah.
Alright. Hang on. What should I say green?
Yeah, and it's
Frog.
probably about the size of a medium-sized watermelon, maybe.
Okay.
So you could probably fit it in your pack, awkwardly, but still fit it.
Alrighty. Oh, hang on. I should probably put tear shaped.
And you were able to retrieve the eyeballs from the corpse. Besides it just disappearing like that.
All right. And well, I'm not gonna. I'll add it to my notes if if I end up keeping them. All right. Then I'm gonna make my way back.
Hey, does anybody happen to know how to speak Goblin?
No.
Okay.
Hang on. Let me check my.
It's worth
So I
asking.
know I picked a really weird language.
That was Zeph.
Just out of curiosity.
I'm trying to find where I would find that.
Oh,
Under languages. With proficiency in languages. If you're on D&D Beyond, it'll be on your main page at towards the bottom left.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know how to speak Arakroka, Orin, Common, Deep Speech, and Goblin.
Oh,
whoa,
sweet.
that's a lot.
Wow.
I picked
Common.
Sage, so it lets me, I think, pick 2.
Yeah, and then Warlock lets you pick an additional one as well, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I would know so many. Yeah, so yeah, I know how to speak Goblin.
Okay.
I'm presuming you're back at the group when you answer this, but I'm
Yeah.
clearly-
I'm back.
okay.
So, and I have the 2 frog eyes, but when I plucked its eyes out, it disappeared and left behind this rather large green crystal.
So she kind of like turns around and plucks her little strings like do 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 do.
Oh, good.
Right? He goes, last time we fought the gargoyles, they brought up your past toils. Now all of us are concerned. They talked about a contract. Now that is why they attacked. Now please make amends to your greatest friends.
Oh
Do,
my
do, do,
god.
do.
Oh,
Honestly, if you'd have
Do,
whipped
do,
that,
do,
The slow claps.
Honestly, hey, with that,
That was 10 out of 10.
you guys would have short bless you. I want to go back and amend that a little bit, then say too that you didn't take a long rest. You took a short rest, but that healed everybody else the rest of the way.
Oh, I'm down for that.
And she kind of like
Rejuvenated.
raises her eyebrows towards him, like and then kind of like, now make amends to your greatest friends.
Well, about the contract. Out of character, Josh will probably have to explain that one because that is one session I missed, and I'm kind of vague on the details.
Oh, so your character is actually vague on the details, so that fits perfectly because all you remember and know is like we talked about, which was that you had made a deal to get your powers, right? With a shady individual, basically, and you don't know exactly who it was. But if you look at the... Oh, that's me outside of DMing hat there. I know that I went back and looked at the summaries too, and the note is signed.
Okay.
And just to save some people some time, it is signed by Ogremar. Yes, that's a mouthful on purpose.
Mm-hmm. It's got to be if you're getting magical powers off a contract.
Yep.
So...
But I would say you would, as Squall, know who that is immediately, having seen the note. And it is... presuming that Zeph is have shown everybody and is showing you as well.
Yeah,
wait.
I asked if he could read Goblin for...
That was something else, correct. It would have been Thea, then, that would have had that particular note.
Okay.
So I didn't know if you were showing that to everybody or not.
I'll just say to Squall, does Ogramach ring a bell?
Yes. Yes, it does. That is actually kind of how I have my powers. So, basically made a contract with this individual to obtain powers to... Gargoyles are kind of a problem for my race, so I needed more power to basically make the gargoyles think twice about attacking my people, so we can keep enjoying our freedom. Like, they like to give us problems, and I figured if I made this pact with this individual, he promised powers, and I could have strength and power to defend my people.
Okay. So gargoyles coming after you is a reoccurring theme.
Gargoyles coming after all of our Kroka is a problem.
And just to relay some other information that you would obviously know already, Ike, is that your you didn't know that it was with Ogremarsh to begin with. You thought it was you actually didn't know because, like you had said, like we were saying, it was a shady individual in a cave, basically, as you had run away from your people and looked for your own freedom in other places. And having heard the name, though, you recall that it's worse off than you thought, because Ogremarsh is actually the creator of gargoyles.
Right, yeah.
Oh.
I got a few of those details. Yeah, so now you guys know that, and I have gotten refreshed.
And
Shit.
He's
Wait,
actually
what?
He's kind of a god of the opposite direction of what plane the outer Krokra live on, which is the elemental plane of air. He's the mental plane of Earth's god, basically.
Okay,
Yeah.
I give the note to Squall because I don't know if he actually knows about it yet, so I give it to him. Do we need to track this guy down?
And
As of right now, as of right now, I'm not sure yet, because if I track this guy down, basically in the short of it, if he gave me my power, like was, signed he gave me the contract and I got the powers, like I don't know all the details yet, but I'm afraid if I move against him, I'll lose my powers.
Squall, if I could ask, what is your class?
I'm a warlock.
Okay.
So
You're
my
a warlock,
powers
okay.
come from contracts with not so reputable deities or minions of
Okay.
deities.
Okay. So, first off, you're a warlock, and we seem to have a wand that represents air. So, and if you got your powers from Ogramash, which is the opposite of that, then do you think that would hinder your powers, or do you think you can kind of revamp your powers? And maybe you can follow another, or
Well, I feel that using anything basically that would contradict the power I already have would somehow go against the contract in which I got my powers. So I don't think using it would probably be in the best of my interests.
and did you recant to everybody what was on the note then too? Because I'm trying to go back real quick. Thea.
I don't remember what was on the note. Do we have that written somewhere?
I do. I'm just going back.
Okay.
I was just wondering if you were looking at it specifically when you were calling this.
I would say that I guess if I had it, then I would have read it. But I'm just going to give it to Squall because it's his business. So I don't know if everyone else has read it or not.
It is. There it is. Okay. So all it says on the note, besides being signed by Ogrimach, is enact payment from Squall. And that's written on the front side, and it's a torn piece of parchment. And on the back side of it, it says Ogrimach.
Is it written in common?
Yes.
Okay.
so it sounds like to me that whatever this gargoyle guy is, he needs an act of payment to the gargoyles. But maybe let's get through this crystal tower first, and then maybe worry about the gargoyles.
Sounds good to me.
But let's all write that down on our arms and inks, so we don't forget.
Yeah, I put it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it in my D&D notes that I have in the note of Ograma.
Yeah, I mean, if we're in the midst of talking about notes and weird stuff, I have this note in Goblin that I can't read. If Squall, you would like to read it.
Sure, I can do that for you. Is this something you would want? Well, I'll read it and then let you know if it's something that can be read out loud or something that's
Okay.
more. But then Josh will have to tell me what it says.
Yep. Absolutely.
I've never heard anyone call him Joshua. Oh my goodness. Okay. Sorry.
No, I'm getting.
How long have we known each other, Ike? I'm trying to even remember. But Ike is just a very formal person.
Yeah. Dude, I don't know. We've known each other since middle school.
Yeah, I know, right?
Actually, Josh, is that like your actual name? Like, does your birth
Yeah.
certificate say Joshua? Because I don't think
Indeed.
I've ever actually considered that before.
It does say Joshua on it, but
Jesus.
I never say it. Because,
This
like,
changes things.
I know. We all like
Feel
take
like
a
you're a
second
different
to recon. Well, it's weird because I have a cousin named Joshua, and I just really see him as that, And we call him as Josh, but knowing someone as Joshua and choosing to call them Josh versus just knowing someone as Josh is a totally different thing.
well, don't worry. I can break anybody of the habit because as soon as you say you are, I always add it to your name afterwards as well.
There
So,
you go.
so it'd be Ikua or Gabua.
That's
Cast.
beautiful and perfect. I appreciate you, Josh. Just so you know.
It's a shame that no one's name is Drac.
You
Oh,
Boo.
I want to get him to stop calling you Joshua. Just start calling him Austin.
it was a slip up. That's all.
Quick, it would stop real quick.
No, it's just a slip up. I think that's
well,
maybe like
see,
one of handful of times.
I've asked to call him Austin, which is his real name, right? But
Right.
everybody calls him Ike, and I've asked Austin if he wants to be called Austin, and he doesn't. So
No.
I reside to call him Ike.
My
they're worried.
my aunt is like one of the only people I know in my family that refers to him as Austin.
Yeah.
Well, it's like my brother. His name is actually Devin, but everybody
I only know him as Mikey.
yeah, everybody mostly calls him Mikey, unless he's introduced himself at his adult stage in life now, and he's being called Devin. But his middle name is Michael. That's the whole instance behind that. We just came up with
Yeah.
Ike.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's like my brother. He goes by Vinny because his middle name's Vincent, but his first name's Nicholas.
Yeah. I'm trying to go
Yeah.
back to look at the particular.
I'm honestly jealous of all y'all because I've tried I cannot tell you how hard I tried to get people not to call me Sarah because there was, I believe, 7 Sarahs in there was 5 Sarahs in marching band, and then there was 7 Sarahs total in all of our high school, and it's like that I knew of at least. It was just there's so many effing Sarahs that I like walked down the hallway and I just always heard my name. But anytime I like fought back with like, oh, my middle name's Elizabeth, like why don't you call me something? And there's also 3 I know 2 other Sarah Elizabeths. Like it's insane. My name is so fucking basic. Until you get to my last name.
What's the last name?
Chodkowski.
Okay.
Wait, can
Yeah.
we talk about the song that you wrote? Can we just take a couple steps back? Did you
Did I
make
make
that
it up on the? Yeah.
Good.
While you guys were
Record
talking,
it
I
now,
was.
too.
Oh God.
Don't forget.
It
Craig's here.
rhymed.
Did you
I
write it?
know. I did try that. I did.
Did you write it
I
down?
can. Yeah, I was typing it while you guys were talking.
You definitely should send it at least to chat, so that way it gets immortalized in the recap.
Though I feel like I have an A B C, and then I have an A B. I need to almost make another C.
Yeah, if you want to work on it, that's fine too. But I would not be able to recant that for the life of me.
Concerns. Well, I'll do it.
Perfect. I am looking.
Thea changes her ringtone to that.
Yes.
Okay. There. Now it's an ABC ABC. Here.
So you can choose to reveal this or not, Squall, but you read from the note. Basically says, as an act of payment from the for the forgery, we recall that you would. I'm just kind of going off a little bit of script here and saying, trying to describe more than is actually written on the note, I guess. But it basically says, from the. I'm trying to find the exact group name that I had here too, because it's signed obviously as well. I have too many notes now. So you basically read off of it though that it had been, and you can surmise too that it had been slipped into Zeph's pocket at the bar where the forgery had happened, because it mentioned the individual who had given the forgery of the ownership of the boat to everyone, and the shady group that he's a part of. And this is their letter telling you that, or rather Zeph, that they will be in contact with her in particular to tell her when the payment is due for the forgery, and what the task will be for the payment, I guess.
Okay. I think in light of everything, transparency is probably the best route.
Yeah.
So I am going to let basically what you just said, everyone knows. So
Perfect.
Yeet.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So about these crystals.
Yeah.
Want to boop
So
them?
we have 3 now.
Every time they touch, they get this feeling.
One.
Yep. The red one, the blue one.
The green one.
Okay, yeah,
The
and the
green
green one.
one,
That
yeah.
shout out was awesome. Like, it sounds in the distance. It's legit.
So you take, what
What's
do you
our-
do? Because, well, I mean, unless you had dropped the larger crystal when you went to go, which I'm assuming is actually what you did. So the larger crystal is kind of laying in front of you, kind of in that space.
Yeah.
And you actually have the watermelon-sized, or mid-sized watermelon, I guess, crystal in your backpack.
Don't they change size because of the rings? Don't they become a reasonable size?
You're correct. So that Squall did I guess could have put the other one in his pack too, but we didn't talk about that. So I guess technically Squall though would have both of them. That's what I was trying to figure out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I have 2. I have a green and blue one.
Purple and blue.
Purple.
And then we have
Or purple and green, sorry.
Where the
Purple
fuck
and
did
green.
the purple come from?
That was purple in my opinion, for the one that came from behind the waterfall, right?
The waterfall? Okay.
Okay.
So wait, didn't we have 2 red ones? I remember there being 2. Did we lose
Yeah,
one
I
along the
had
way?
one and Shia had one.
Find the ship.
And Zeph, you threw yours in a water fountain.
Yeah.
I only have 2 crystals on us right now, but there's a red one back on.
See, purple.
Yeah, but it said the note said to charge this crystal with the crystal with, I'm assuming, the crystal from the waterfall. So what
But we
if we
don't-
just boop them together?
Oh, we could
That's
boop them
what I'm
together, or we could
saying.
just go back and walk up the stairs.
Yeah, but
Mime?
then we only get to the 2nd level, not the 3rd.
technically, I mean,
There could be more
wait,
stairs.
Squall did tell somebody that the I guess so you would be able to connect the dots. Never mind. My bad. Bad DM.
I mean, the frog is gone, right? Squall
Yes.
told us
Yeah,
like,
you'd be able
the
to connect
frog disappeared.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the
'Cause
frog was our
everybody-
issue.
And Shia kind of chimes in and says, and that woman seemed to lose her husband. I thought we would have found him here, but all we found
Oh
was
yeah, that guy.
yeah. So maybe we should keepsake this just in case we get another, elevator ride opportunity.
Yeah.
And who knows? There might be like cool stuff on the second floor.
I'm okay with that. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Does anybody remember how to get back there?
Yep,
If we
let's
just go
go.
this way, it could be.
Following the leader, the leader, the leader. We're following the leader, wherever she may go. Engines, the engines, we're off to fight the engines.
So who's going up first here? We got
Oh
seen
God.
and seen nothing. You're good. I was just trying to sort of orderly bring people up the stairs. Is all.
Okay.
I like how they're a spiral. Fun.
No Evander. Bad. Nope, he's not here. Idril?
Sad face.
Idril is here. He is here.
Oh God.
Amine and a Squall. So as you come up the stairs, basically, and round to the top, you're in a much smaller chamber than the down the stairs was. Whereas it was 25 feet to the ceiling, here it is more of a lowly 10 feet.
Shia is staring. Was it Mimi who tried to talk to us up here? Or Zeph?
What?
Who was talking us to get up here?
Me. It was me, man.
Okay. Shia kind of gives a glance over at Mime, even though she helped talk the group on up here. But continues forth. But readies her sword.
And you know the chambers themselves are much different in make and seemed well cared for. Besides, as you come around and there are just these large piles of rubble kind of blocking your way.
Is that a hand?
Is that an arm? I was just gonna ask that.
Is that an arm? Is that an arm with a sword?
It was an arm, it is now a hand, and there is only a sword attached to it, a rusted sword in
Oh, where
a
did I go?
decayed hand, which apparently would be perceived as the rubble had fallen from the ceiling, collapsing in and killing
It's a
someone.
statue. Oh.
Guys, we got some structural issues here.
Yeah, we should be careful.
Why am I
Um,
in the black abyss? What have I done?
Does anybody need a sword?
I do. I could use a sword.
Shia goes in and grabs the sword.
And it goes into a longsword when you grab it, which is about
Oh.
5.
Ooh.
Because it's the rings. It's the rings. It's the rings.
Okay. She gives it to Mime.
And as Mime grasps it, it goes down to what would be everybody else's short sword at about 3 feet.
Shia
Aw.
kind of does like a double raised eyebrow. Oh. Short sword. Oh. Well, cool. This was pretty fucking useless. Guess we have to go to the 3rd floor now.
Can we
Let's
clear this
investigate
rubble? Is there anything we can do?
Let's
There
investigate.
has to be something here. Like, we're in the fucking crystal tower. There isn't anything that doesn't matter, right?
Investigate.
Who's that, Thea?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right, roll.
Okay.
Oh, I heard.
Oh.
You did, but Shia is also investigating.
Oh,
Yeah, but I got a natural 20.
boom.
Ooh.
So, Shia, and you notice that it is as the other ones that you were standing at, just a pile of rubble basically, and it is blocking your path. And there isn't any light or anything coming in from behind this. Thea, though, you notice that there is no light, and this rubble is piled straight from the ceiling to the floor. But as you're kind of searching around, and you do notice where the rubble was that you were standing before was a little less packed from what this one is that you're standing at. And there had been, now that you're looking at this really dark one, maybe some light coming in from the other one.
The one where the hand was.
Correct.
Maybe this is
Okay.
where the lady's husband is.
Maybe this is
Maybe-
the lady.
That's what I was gonna say.
It's his hand. Okay. Guys, I think maybe we should try and go this way. Does anyone want to take this hand just in case it's... Okay, I wasn't there when you talked to the lady, but maybe you know this person's hand.
And I'm assuming you described to them what happened to your experience, I'm guessing, Thea. And they would have told you that the lady that you slobbered all over her hand was the lady.
Ooh, nice. Okay.
Oh, maybe it's her hand.
The hand.
Well,
The
dude, so
slobber saved her.
is there
She was-
anything we can do to move this rubble? I mean, it's not like cemented in place, right?
Do we want to try and move this rubble over here to the right? I can see some light
Is-
through here.
Okay, so Shia kind of hears her and kind of goes across and starts picking up stones, being productive.
Thea just watches.
Oh shit. I know it's to do with Constitution, I think, maybe, or it's...
I mean, strength.
I know it's to do with a little bit of strength, too. But I think it's... So I'm looking for more of, like, when you're playing in a video game, right, and you're digging, there's like a... what's that bar? Like a stamina bar? I'm looking for stamina. To see what you move in quickly, and so you're... I think it's just a strength, basically, though. So you're able to move, and with your general strength too being so high, you're able to move some of these larger stones to the side. But it seems like rubble keeps kind of falling in where it was, but smaller. And you're kind of getting a crack towards the top as you're moving these larger pieces off to the side. And you can kind of see over, but not quite. It's not big enough to see through, but there is definite light behind this. And are you going to keep digging, or is anybody going to help her? Or...
Yeah, I'll help.
I'll help.
Bless you.
Yeah, I can too.
If
Okay.
I remember, I have a sickle won't help it.
If I remind you, you guys also have shovels, aka spoons.
Yeah.
I don't
let's use
have
those.
mine anymore. The little lady at the beginning has mine.
Actually, when Thea came and slammed into it, she had your spoon as well. I didn't say that it had dropped.
Oh, sweet.
I hand it to you.
I'm gonna say out loud that the lady has my spoon.
And then
Oh,
that's what
Oh,
you would...
I have your spoon. Here it is.
Okay.
And it's all slobbery when I hand it to you.
I'm gonna just like kind of grab it by like the smallest bit of it I can, and just kind of like let me be like, thanks, and just like wipe it off on my robes. And then I'm gonna say turkey, turkey, turkey to mine so that it gets big and turns into a shovel.
I'll do the same. Turkey, turkey, turkey.
Yep.
Turkey,
Okay.
turkey, turkey.
Yep, that's what turns it into the shovel. Squall found out, and so you started digging, Zeph. You said.
Yeah.
So as soon as everybody else is saying turkey, 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 and turning their spoons into shovels, and your spoon's shovel strikes a stone, and it just evaporates.
Oh my god. She just sees it and goes, what the fuck?
What evaporates? The spoon?
Wait.
No, the stone.
Wait,
Oh,
is it
I thought the
evaporating
spoon
or
did.
is
That's
it,
why I was like, what?
is it evaporating or is it teleporting?
It looks to evaporate.
Okay, cool.
Someone
anybody-
like opens up their bag and they're like, oh my god, this got really heavy.
That's what I was just about to say. Does anybody's backpack feel heavier?
That would be funny. Yeah.
I mean, I ate a lot of portions last night, but I don't see that making a difference.
Come on. I need to do something else here. It's not working the way I want it to. Fuck. There we go.
So then we're all chipping away at this with our shovels and it's all starting to just
Yeah.
disappear.
Except
Yeah,
for
and
me.
it just.
I'm
Except
not
for what?
helping. Except for me.
Oh. Thea's not helping.
Nope.
So, for all intents and purposes, the rubble is just gone. There's some bits and bobs on the ground.
Is there a body under there?
There's a skeleton actually, as you had moved some of the stones.
Is it missing an arm?
It's missing a hand, but yes.
That's strange. Why did our hand have flesh?
And it's in full.
But this is a skeleton.
That's not flesh. That's a glove.
Oh. Okay, that's better.
And the
Is the glove special in any sorts?
I don't. Are you asking
Should we
me, or
take it?
are you asking Thea, who can see
No.
magic?
I guess she, knowing it, she would ask Thea, hey, do you know if this glove is special?
Thea wasn't gonna waste a spell slot, but because you said please, even though you didn't, I'll cast detect magic.
Because, well, you could explain. I can only do this a few times. Do we
No,
want
it's
to do it
okay.
on?
I was thinking about doing it anyway.
Okay. So you notice the glove has a faint aura of. Oh, I have to go back now into the notes.
I'll
Good
also
plan.
take like a pass around the room to see if anything else is.
Just the one glove though seems to have it, and the skeleton was clad in a kind of leather armor with some iron stud on it, but the glove, like I was saying, just the one, Michael Jackson style, is silver and glowing. Anyways,
It's glowing silver.
yes, faint, very faint.
I guess maybe it'll help you moonwalk.
Let me
Yeah,
figure
maybe.
out what silver means.
So Shia is grabbing it or taking the glove.
You don't know that
In
it's glowing
addition,
unless Thea tells you it's glowing. But just
Yeah,
FYI.
I'm going to. I can't remember what silver is.
Okay.
it's on Discord.
Enchanting. I'm just gonna help.
Oh, thank you.
Enchanted.
Enchantment, yes.
Okay. Yeah, that glove is giving me silver vibes. So it's got some magic, enchantment magic.
All right. Well, I'm gonna pocket, or I guess I'm gonna put it on because we don't know what's going on. So let's see.
Well, I have a question. So you said the rubble's gone, but I can't go down any farther. So what's?
You're trying to go down though.
What's that?
But that's the
Well, I was trying
rubble
to
you were.
pass the rubble, but there's a door up
Oh.
here. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the rubble that I thought everybody was digging at. You were digging at this rubble as well.
I was digging at this rubble, but
That is
I
my
mean-
bad. So when you were digging at that rubble, it also disappeared, obviously, but leads to apparently a dead end.
okay, that's cool. So let's go through the door.
Yeah.
With the new fancy glove. Do you feel different now that you put the glove on?
Did you try blasting something yet?
What is that?
Josh, does Shia feel different when putting the glove on?
As soon as you put the glove on, there isn't any particular sense of anything, but you're kind of moving your hand around, just like as you're putting it on, and it feels a little more agile. And just as a general note, add a +1 to your dexterity throws.
Okay.
What's an acolyte?
You met one
Why are there
downstairs.
7? Oh.
Mime and her, their general running forward through everything. The first
I'm real
one that you have seen, I know, I was going to explain some things. Now you're in between the walls again. God damn it.
Not again, Mime.
It's my safe space.
Here we go. Let's do it like this.
How did I
So
end
the
up
first thing
here?
you notice as you're coming through here, the light that you are seeing is a very low glow, and it seems to be coming from pools of molten-ish liquid, but it doesn't seem to be emanating heat or heating the room. And there is an acolyte on an altar about ready, apparently, to sacrifice himself as he's holding a dagger above his heart.
Oh shit. Are we all in the room?
Yeah. You all could be in the room, but I don't know if you guys have gotten in there yet. It doesn't look like.
Okay.
See. I guess everybody can see, basically, but Idril is way back there. That's why I wasn't 100%. I had to click through everybody to see if everybody even see what's going on there.
Thea
But yeah.
cast hold person.
Thea does. Okay.
Mhm.
What's that? I see it now.
it'll-
Choose a humanoid that you can see within range. The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be paralyzed. Okay. Dink.
14 is DC.
Oh, that's what I was looking for, and that's exactly what he rolled. So he's slowly inching towards his chest, but not. He hasn't plunged a dagger into his chest yet.
Guys, help.
Shia, I guess, kind of run forwards and goes, "Stop! What are you doing?" Does that do anything?
And he kind of looks surprised. He looks around. And he's like, "Huh, huh." And he hadn't noticed. It looks like he hadn't noticed you guys before. And he's still paralyzed, basically, mostly paralyzed from Shia's spell, or Thea's spell. And he says to Shia, "Dragonkin, what are you doing here?"
We're looking for knowledge, and we've happened to stumble upon you. Can we help you? That doesn't require you killing yourself.
He relaxes a little bit again, and from his startled state, and he says, "There's nothing you can do for me. Besides letting me pass to my goddess. And you were looking for knowledge that I cannot provide. However, there is an individual here at this level who can help you, probably.
Well, now, see, that is helpful information. You say you can't, do any further, but you've already helped us significantly. Can you point us into a direction of where this person is?
And he I'm gonna cast a spell using a 3 slot. He kind of still frozen there in the air. So you have to keep concentrating on this too, Thea, it looks like. So as long as you're not concentrating on it, you can let up. But seemingly still being frozen in the air, just slowly before plunging the dagger into his own heart, he kind of flits his eyes behind him over the glowing pool of molten liquid, and he says, "Back that way," and gestures with his eyeballs in that direction behind him.
Does one of you want to try and grab the dagger while I'm concentrating really hard?
Shia walks up and goes to grab the dagger.
Strength check! He's not going to be strong, just say no.
Not like it matters! You have to be effing kidding me. Oh my god.
So
Can I assist on this by trying to distract him and just kind of be
Or
like,
you
hey buddy, why don't we just
or
calm
you
down?
can or you can just assist in like actually physically walk up there and also try to hold it.
Okay, I'll do that.
So
Tickle him.
rolling a strength.
Like, it literally kills me. Like, this is the one thing about D&D I was trying to figure out how to, like, fix with, I don't know, like, a character's supposed to be strong, and then she can't grab a dagger off of, like, another character. Like,
Yeah, it is frustrating.
Like
But it's like it's just one of those, it's kind of integrated, and it's just like anything else in life, right? Where like there's so many moving parts that technically this is kind of like the fate of things,
Yeah.
right? So I don't know how else to explain it, because I agree with you completely. It is frustrating whenever I see that, even as a DM, like, you should be easily able to be like, slap this Acolyte up the side of the head and be like, stop it, you idiot.
I'm pretty
That's-
sure this is, like, the third one I've
That's
rolled.
why I don't trust the digital dice.
I am with you there, and I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna do it because it's easier, but not like my dice roll any better, because I'm pretty sure I'm just really unlucky.
Either that, or just work
Okay.
with the workaround that it looks like Zeph and Squaller were using, and even Mime for D&D Beyond. But I knew you were looking for a piece that wasn't on there or something. But their rolls look good.
And yeah.
Yeah, D&D Beyond, either, but even then, like, whenever I'm DMing, like, everyone's on D&D Beyond, and the rolls are effing insane, and I'm rolling like, for my dice, and I'm like, well, you guys take this over. Like, you rolled garbage.
In another campaign that me and Ike are in with our other friends, we our DM was rolling so bad that we finally gave her a D30 and was like, here, roll this.
Oh
yeah,
my
it was
god.
insane.
That's hysterical. I'm glad it's not just me. There's other bad rollers out there in this world.
Yeah, you're not getting a D30. Sorry.
Well, anywho, as you were to grab the dagger, and he's kind of still like fighting you, and you're almost at a stalemate, but you're still sort of pulling it towards you. But because of the leverage that you have leaning over this altar, as he is laying down on this altar, even though it looks kind of like he's standing up, he's laying down on it, and you just don't quite have the leverage. But Zeph comes in and kind of just grabs on your shoulders and pulls you straight back, and you're holding onto the dagger as he's laying there, kind of askance, like, I am to give myself to the goddess. I've been chosen.
Chosen by who?
Who is that, Zeph?
Yeah.
So he says, well, I've been chosen by the goddess herself. The markings upon my skin have changed from blue to red. I am to go to her.
Who's your goddess?
Wait. You're
Idril-
telling me
Idril hears
that-
this, and he like runs up to him and is like, "Excuse me, say that again."
You're telling me that to go to the goddess you have to kill yourself?
Where we are now on the second level, our goddess does indeed require death at this point. My markings have depleted in their energy, and I am no longer worthy to this plane and must ascend and reach her on an astral plane.
What happens if you don't?
You must have faith. I don't understand.
What happens if you don't kill yourself?
If I don't kill myself, I am a zealot. I would not believe in my own goddess's faith.
I want to investigate his markings.
Oops.
To see if they look similar to mine.
Yeah, are Idril's tattoos blue?
They are.
So you immediately, having noticed, obviously, that his tattoo is red, and yours don't show up currently, and you recall, too, without the investigation, as before, the previous Acolyte said that your markings look similar to his, but he doesn't quite recognize them. And upon investigating this particular monk, you closer than you were before Acolyte, rather, that he isn't. The markings you share aren't in the same locations, and they aren't really in the same order, and there isn't the same sense to them. Feeling that you would, as if you were reading a book, they just aren't in the same order, basically.
Idril takes a big sigh of relief.
You're like standing up on this altar, like, what the?
Yeah, I was like, "You tell me what you know."
And he says, you have not. If you were to do that exactly, he would respond. So you were just investigating, but if you were to do that exactly like you did, he would have a response and say, well, no, what? Goddess, my goddess. And he kind of looks a little closer, and he sees the faint outlines on your skin that are translucent, but still there, and have only a faint discoloration on your skin. And he says, you have another god marked. That as well.
What god?
That I am not. I have not the knowledge. Can I
Where
please
find
have
the
my?
knowledge?
That would be the gentleman that I had gestured toward previously, and he's able to gesture freely now, and point across the molten liquid in this direction.
Oh, it's molten liquid.
It looks like it, but it isn't hot. Kind of similar to the other one,
So
Can I touch it?
water?
but it's bubbling.
Okay.
Bubbling?
It's
Bubbling.
thick.
It's thick.
It's
Triple
viscous.
C thick?
If
Mhm.
I were to try to jump over, would that be athletics?
Triple
I really
C
wanna
and a
touch
Q.
Or acrobatics?
It would be.
Can I dip my pinky toe in it?
Oh god. Wait. I still have detect. Oh, I guess detect magic would go away if I was concentrating on this other spell? Question mark.
I'm going back
Yes.
to look at it. It looks like it
I
is.
think I have.
Yep. Yeah,
So-
it goes away.
Yeah.
You want me to detect magic?
Yeah.
So
Wait,
it would
can Mime detect magic?
actually. I think you do have detect magic now, don't you? At the
do.
4th level.
Mime, do the honors.
I can do it.
Okay. So you notice that there is magic in the vicinity of this, but it is not the fluid itself that has the magic. It seems to be emanating from below.
What the fuck? That's just where we came from.
It's
Below the liquid.
correct.
So there's something at the bottom of the pool that is magic and possibly
another
making
fucking
it
crystal.
bubble or something. Yeah, probably a crystal.
And, oh, sorry, I should tell you the aura that's coming from it. Give me a second here. It is a... I hate how vague some of these are. Like, what's abjuration? I don't even know. Abjuration. What is abjuration magic? Yeah, so it's glowing a gold yellow from your detect magic, which is abjuration, which is a school of magic encompassed by protective spells.
Oh.
So it's protected.
I take out my quarterstaff and like dip the end of it, like the bottom of my staff, into the water, like just a little bit, like an inch. Just see like what happens.
Are there any abilities on your staff, or is it just like what? Is it just wood?
It's just a staff. There's no magic abilities.
And it's wood, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so nothing apparently happens as you're dipping it in there, but you wouldn't, being connected to it, feel almost a little sense of not just relaxation, but a at peace feeling.
A sense of what?
At peace.
Oh, calm. Okay.
It's a spa. A hot tub.
But I thought it wasn't radiating heat.
It isn't, but
How deep does this pool look?
you can't see the bottom of it because of the bubbles and the reflections and just constant changing of the glow that's happening from underneath.
So I'm gonna
stick your
like
stick
lower my quarterstaff into the water to see if I can feel the bottom.
And the staff stops. It's like a 6-foot staff, right?
Yeah.
It was either 5 or 6. I couldn't remember. I thought it was like a head taller than you or something like that too. Anywho, so you're lowering it down in, and you have to grasp it by the top, but you feel a bottom, and there's still so you're guesstimating it at about almost 5-foot depth.
Yeah. Quarterstaffs are 6 to 9 feet. So I'm gonna say mine's 6.
That's what I figured too. Because normally you don't oversize a quarterstaff to fight with either, just from a fighting standpoint.
Yeah.
It doesn't give you any advantages at that point. Then you might as well just go to like a halberd or something like that.
Did someone take the dagger from him? Does he have the dagger still?
Technically Shia currently has it, and he's laying on, or half sitting up now on the altar like, can I have my dagger back now? I must go to my goddess.
I mean, you're welcome to join us. We're heading that way anyways.
And he kind of looks up at the ceiling and looks back at you, and you want to roll persuasion?
Yep. I'm gonna use this time. Oh shit! Sorry, guys. Don't eat that. God damn it! Oh god, The mishap of things that just happened was insane. I just rolled on my cat's tail. She hissed at me. I dropped my dice. She went and tried to eat it. Okay, so what's throw?
Persuasion.
Persuasion, thank you.
Mhm.
Oh shit. Okay, that's a 25.
Oh, he just looks back at you after looking at that scene and he goes, "Fine. I guess I can die another day."
I tell that to myself all the time. All right.
God. No, everyone. No.
Idril, what do you sense?
Peace and calm. And it's 5 feet deep, and I stick my foot in.
When you stick your foot in, you get almost this just warm, but not in a heat sense, more of in a like tingly warm goodness. Yeah.
I kind of like there's kind of like a shiver up my spine, but like I'm smiling. And then I just like walk across.
Or are you're going to like jump across, or are you going to like dip your body in there and then walk out?
I'm gonna literally walk across. He said it's 5 feet, and I'm 5'11", so
You'd have to at least hop.
I think he's saying it's not wide enough for you to walk.
That's what I was getting at. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I was
like
thinking it was like a pool.
it's like 5 foot from one side to the other. So like your leg span is only about half your height. So about maybe.
But I get 30 feet of movement.
Yes, indeed. I'm saying the pool though is of water. I was asking if you're walking down into the pool and then back out of the pool, or if you're trying to hop across it.
No, I walk through it.
So you walk down into it and then back out of it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're covered in as you come out to the other side, it is kind of
Up to my shoulders.
right. That's what all I was clarifying, is trying to figure out which one you were doing. So when you walk to the other, as you lower yourself into it, you get a feeling of refreshment and health, vitality almost, and you're come to the other side and you're just kind of dripping in these glistening water droplets, the same color and glowing as the pool that you just walked through.
I look back and I'm like, feel great, guys.
So Mime is gonna jump and do like a cannonball into the pool and swim, through, and then get up on the other side.
We're probably like wading through someone's like spiritual fountain or something.
Don't think about it. It's fine.
And,
Yeah, what if this is like their holy water?
Yep. That's what I was trying to say, but I couldn't remember religion.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still gonna go through, but
the Acolyte kind of does look a little sideways at you guys and does hop across here.
Thea, did you say that? Thea, did you say that there's something in the bottom of this?
Mime mentioned that there was some kind of protective magic at the bottom of the pool.
Do you think we should go, or just kind of go with the rest of the group?
I kind of think we should follow the Acolyte that was trying to kill himself, just to make sure that nothing happens there.
Okay.
And just side note, when he does hop across, he kind of slips a little bit and his leg falls into the pool, and he kind of fuck, and then he just keeps walking.
Ooh, I'm gonna fly over.
Thea's also gonna try and jump, just the same way the Acolyte did.
Is that what you did too then, Shia? Because you
Yeah.
got a dexterity down here. Okay. At 21. And you expertly just sprung over that like a vulture. And Thea did the same.
Yep.
And the Acolyte, apparently everybody's following them. And he kind of feels herded along, but he's meeting the second Acolyte here, who looks at everybody's. What is going on here? What is the meaning of this, Zabib? And he explains, these people have come here and they're looking for some information, and they stopped me from sacrificing myself. What? This is sacrilege. I know. They took the dagger from me. And he kind of sounds like a scorned child, And the second acolyte says, well, that is rather unfortunate, but you can always die another day, I suppose. And you aren't always on the first day. Perhaps there will be some summonings and we can combat them and harvest more gemstones for the goddess. Be on your way back to the I'm trying to think of the word, but it's not coming to me.
Pedestal.
Huh? Back to the pencil? Is that what you said?
Pedestal.
Oh, no. Sorry. I'm thinking of a person
Oh,
who
sorry.
was like at the head of okay,
Is it
that'll
a
work.
religious thing?
Kind of more like a father. But I couldn't think of another word for it than like the father of like the priesthood, I couldn't think of anything else. But you get the idea at least. So go ahead and back to the father, and he shall repurpose you for the next task until it is time for you to sacrifice yourself. Perhaps this is the way of the goddess. And he kind of wanders off this way. And he and the other one and turns to you guys and says, greetings to the third floor of the Crystal Tower.
Are we on the second?
No, you're actually on the third.
What the fuck?
Wait, what?
I hold out my arm
It's a lot.
and ask him if he knows which god my symbols represent or are for.
He kind of squints. I'm trying to see if he has a perception here. Not really. Perception is a part of wisdom, though, so that'll work. Or rather, yeah, that'll work. 14. So he leans closer to you, though, because you're holding your arm out, it sounded like you said.
Yeah.
And he gets real close and he says, I don't know that particular god or goddess, but I believe the father would. And, just from my own experience, it seems you have been blessed well, because you have such intricate and personally ununderstandable markings.
Well, thank you. Where can I find this father?
He is much farther up the chamber. In
Father.
What?
Much
Father.
father. Chamber.
Honey, pun.
No.
And he points off towards the direction the other acolyte went, and he said, if you just hail north along and throughout the chambers, you should be able to find him. And if you must know more about the goddess and her ways, and maybe we can come to terms and you will join in the goddess's path.
Thank you for your direction. I just keep walking.
Yeah, he kind of steps off to the side and kind of gestures for everybody to pass through.
So the third floor. Did we skip the second floor? Can you point us towards the second floor?
There is a second floor. I think the the second floor is just a load of. This is the second floor called the third floor. I don't know.
And the other acolyte that you're looking at, Zeph and Droll, is kind of just busying himself, and he kind of nods to you guys, but it looks like he's about a task, and he just kind of wandering off another direction. And Idril, you notice a second one, obviously, too, and he says, "Halt! I wouldn't go in there. There is a current summoning, or rather summoned, that is in there that we will fight, but we are waiting to rest for an evening before we challenge them. It should be an admirable fight."
Huh, interesting. Nice.
Wait, what is it that you're summoning?
What the fuck are you people doing?
We have not summoned anything. Don't worry. It is of the goddess and her pools. She uses her magic and the energy throughout the tower, and connecting pools within, to provide us with sustenance and health, so that we might live.
Right.
Nina, get the hell out of there.
Wow.
There's nothing in there.
Where's
So
Shia?
wait, so the pools are good for me. So if I jump in the pool enough, maybe I'll be immortal.
Shia.
Yeah.
Maybe. What? I didn't hear that actually, but
I was
if
gonna
anybody-
talk to Shia unless Mime is jumping in a pool or something.
What's up?
Do you think that these pools would cure an unknown illness? Maybe?
What do you mean by that?
I wrote down that you told me that your entire community has been blighted with some kind of unknown illness. And these pools seem to be of some kind of magic.
Yeah.
Maybe
I have a
this
question.
has something to do with what you're looking for.
Can I like fill my water skin with these? Can I like fill a container from the
100%. Do you have a water skin?
I hope so.
I'm gonna walk back up to the group, and I'm gonna tell them. I'm gonna point kind of back towards where that acolyte was, and be like, "Hey, I guess they're summoning something back that way."
This whole place gives me the heebie-jeebies.
What?
Okay.
So I do have a water skin, and I'm gonna fill it from the water. From this.
Okay, so you dump out your own water that's in the water skin and fill it up with your own.
Aye, 4 pints of liquid.
Yep, 4 pints. That would accurately probably be, 8 gulps.
8 gulps.
Sips of water. Shia.
It would be about 16 sips though if we're going to sips.
Jesus.
If next time I'm gonna go and average out men like that. You're about like 3 gulps.
You're not quite a tall glass of water, but just
Yeah, a slim 3 gulps. We gotta watch out. We got a 7 gulper here.
4 pints of liquid.
Shia also fills her water skin.
Okay. make sure to note those things on your player sheets because that's not. I'm just making sure that that's something that I can note in the recap, but I'm not going to remember 3 sessions from now.
Yeah, that's fine.
Maybe 3, but not 6.
Is there a specific name that you want me to call this water, Josh?
Maybe you is that Zenith is the name of the god, if you recall before, and the Acolyte had pronounced it xenophobia as the religion that they follow, so you could probably just put Zen water, Z-E-N.
Xenophobic raw water.
Xenophobic?
Xenophobic water.
That's how
Oh my
he
God.
pronounced it. That's how he pronounced it, indeed.
Oh boy.
Racist water.
This racist water will heal your people. But
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Too soon. The United States is still recovering.
Anywho, so as you're entering the other chamber, though, you're kind of noticing a general, not bustle of acolytes, but a milling about of different acolytes, most of which have the markings that the other ones had, being, but there is one as you enter who is red and who is also kind of seeming to mope to himself at the water's edge, as the other ones are kind of busying about.
Not the same one as before.
Nope. I see Idril here's off in a chamber coming up to a stairway with the same water as before, but it's coming down the center of the stairs, which are slightly recessed, up into another area there. And another room off to this side, you can see the mouth of a doorway, if you will.
You want to stop here?
I was feeling that.
Yeah. Pause.
Okay.
Might be a good pausing point.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate everybody taking the time for sure. I mean, always love our sessions.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Yeah.
Oh.
Happy birthday.
Oh yeah, very
Happy
true.
birthday.
Thanks. It's definitely fun to have spent the evening with you guys, and in our normal and or weird sessions rather.
Wee.
I'm glad we
I'm
were
just
able
glad
to
we-
stop.
Yeah, I'm glad we finally got away from that fucking waterfall.
Yeah.
God. Say. I was like, I was like, I'm gonna have to put, and she was like killed by a waterfall. Like,
Yeah, I was concerned we were gonna be like that was gonna be our end. I was kind of concerned we were done for.
So it turned out-
Thea would
I applaud you.
Thea would blink down and find us all dead.
Oh God. So all you guys had to do was stop attacking it. That was the key.
Pretty much.
Well, I mean, we did drop quite a bit of rocks into it. We were getting there.
Yeah.
You
So,
showed that
I
water
will-
who's boss.
I could have sworn I looked and tried to look behind the waterfall, but I'm pretty sure I got a really, really bad roll. So she had tried her best.
Yeah, and you also had like dunked a vial in the water, trying to use the water as the charging source. So like there was some other thought put into it for sure.
Yeah, Shia was experimenting while they were fighting a frog, so there's that.
I wonder what Theo would do if you guys were all just dead.
Carry on, I guess.
I guess just
Good
leave
thing
on
we
the ship
never
by
have to answer
herself.
that question.
I think speaking of which, something that has happened in the past month or so while you were gone is everybody's kind of developed a bit more of their backstory,
Yeah.
except for you there, Thea. So I might, if you give me something to go on, or if you come up with some other ideas or something that you want to put in your character sheet, or just even run by me so that I can work into the story more. But basically, and I was kind of alluding to it before a little bit, was that I was going with the idea of where did you come from, and how was it there, and what were you doing, and then why did you decide to leave that behind and go off, and start looking at other, like, leave, you know what I mean? So where did you come from? What were you doing? Why did you leave? And where are you going?
Yeah,
Basically.
I will get in touch with you before the next game about that.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
Cool. Although I wish that my backstory was Evandor's backstory because it sounds awesome.
Hey, we can always make it awesome. That's what I hope to do with everybody. Like, I want everybody to have an awesome fun time. Right?
An awesome secret pirate lover.
I don't know if the druid can work a pirate lover in, but might be able to.
Don't we all?
Mhm.
We can dream.
Hey, as long as
Right.
it's Johnny Depp, I don't care.
Yes.
Mm, sounds good.
Alrighty, people. You guys have a good night.
You do the same,
Yeah, you
there,
too.
sir.
Indeed. Goodbye.
Bye,
Night,
guys.
guys.
Bye.
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 Her way, she can't use half of her spells.